Like, I actually feel like the place we have to start on this episode is I didn't watch the ERLs. This was actually one of the few times in the last maybe 3 or 4 years I didn't watch EU Masters at all. And I have to say, I actually missed out because of all the times I've watched them and I watched the people in the finals and they're hyping them on the broadcast like, this is your next LEC top lane. It's like, they're not. Like, he's going SK Gaming or like the old Schalke, they're getting kicked after 6 months. XL, these are all the teams that would take those players, give them one try and then go, actually, he's not actually caps, so throw him away. And then, but you know what's sad? I actually missed the Noah guy. He actually is the truth, Tom. He actually is pretty good. Like,
yeah, he's insane.
What's not to like? Fnatic's really good.
Unfortunately for you, if you watched EU Masters, you probably would not have had that impression because he was on a team that didn't win a game in EU Masters. They were just like, They got shit on. Maybe they won one game at the end, but they were eliminated without winning a game, essentially. They looked like they couldn't compete. It is what it is. When you have EU Masters right now, you have LFL, you have LVP, you have the German League, and you have Turkey. And if you're not in one of those 4 ERLs, you're probably not going far in the tournament. And yeah, I mean, it was just tough for him. He was on a team that wasn't that good. But if you saw him in solo queue and you watched his stream, you knew he was good instantly. I actually got put onto him really early because Treats plays a lot of solo queue and I was doing a lot of co-streams with Treats. And Treats just told me, like, in January, Treats was like, this is one of the best AD carries I've ever played with in my entire life. And I'm like, wait, this random like ERL guy? I'm like, and this was, I think, before he got rank 1. And then he just got rank 1 in like 2 weeks. I started watching his stream. No, he's fucking good. Like, that guy is really, really solid, which is part of the reason why I had Fnatic in the top 4. I mean, I just thought that this guy would be good enough. Even if Trimby was still having a bad year, this guy would be good enough to elevate the team to at least top 4.
By the way, normally, you know, plebs, their comments, who cares? It's for the bird storm. It's not for you and me. Every now and then, the internet will crowdsource something funny, though, which is, I did see a comment that did really make me laugh about Treats, which is obviously he's over applying his trade, stealing them checks again in the LCS, right? And spoiler, I told people this in the past, I've even heard he even got mega paid when he was at SK. He was like the one guy they were really paying. It was the others that were like the smaller names or whatever. That's why he stayed there a while, I've heard. But all I'll say is this, someone just made a comment where if you saw how dodgy some of those Immortals games were. Someone just put a comment where they put, like, I wish I could actually hear Treats on the core stream talking about Treats playing in the game now. Because they were just putting all the quotables. You know, it's so disgusting. Like, because if you don't know, guys, Treats also does that, like, super elitist sort of, like, worldview of sort of, like, it's a disgrace. What are they doing? Like, he doesn't. And the joke is you could just use that soundboard so many of those. Because if people don't know, he plays the tactical again. He's back. He's like a moth to the flame of fucking NHX.
I think the sad part about that is that tactical literally now looks like the best part of Immortals.
Actually, he's not bad, is he?
Ever since Treats became the support, tactical is now the best player on the team. And Kenvi just, I don't know, this guy just can't play the game. Like, when I watch Immortals, it's one of the hardest things to watch as a jungler. I've never seen this before. You like, brief Immortals topic. I talked about it on Power Spike. When was the last time you saw a jungler go 6 games without making one play? Like, there was like not one positive play, not one invade, not one good early dragon, not one good team fight engage, not one skirmish, like literally not one good play in 6 games. This guy is trash.
Back to the topic, though. Fnatic are the truth, like I said. Like, here's the thing, Dom. I had them as being good, but obviously I had certain other teams being really good too, who've been a bit dodgy. As it stands right now, they actually are. They should be a contender. They actually look really legit. Like, it's like I said on the last episode too. To me, the canary in the coal mine is always going to be Razork. He looks like he's having a fucking great time. He's actually like finally able to play the game properly. It's not just the odd 1 out of 4 games where he's not in the fucking nightmare simulator. Like, it's actually pretty good. In general, like, what's not to like about the team? Yeah, maybe top side's not super strong. That's about it. The rest of the team looks really good. Humanoid's not maybe his absolute peak, but he's having good games here and there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that I just think that they're top 2. It's Fnatic G2. And I mean, look, maybe that's what we need in LEC to drive some hype is we need a Fnatic G2 finals again where Fnatic actually looks really insane. I mean, if you were to go right now and you were going to talk about MVP candidates, I think Noah is probably the MVP of the league so far. Like, this guy is just immortal. He doesn't make any mistakes. Like, that's the thing that's so nice is he's playing aggressive, but it's not like he's playing aggressive and there's like 5 mistakes for like every like 6 good plays. it's no mistakes and only good plays out of Noah. So yeah, this guy is really insane. He's completely transformed the team, and you could tell the mentality of the players is so much different from playing with an AD carry that they truly believe in to carry the game no matter what. Like, people don't have that stress that they had before, where, you know, you'd see in interviews, Razor would talk about, oh, I'm gonna make a play here because I know if we don't make a play here, we're gonna lose the game. So I'll make a play, and I'd rather just, you know, go out swinging and make a bunch of plays that don't make sense than just sit there and do nothing and lose. That was his whole mentality. Now it doesn't feel like he's pressured to do that. He can make the plays that he wants to play because he has the insurance policy bot lane. He knows that his AD carry is going to be a fucking menace late game, so he can just play the game the way he wants to play it.
If you saw the interview he did, I think it was after the Mad Lions game. I think it was on the weekend. The interview where Razork did, where they do that thing I love, Dom, which is that players just don't have the best memory and they don't think of like past contexts. So if you know, right, Razork is actually just a really honest guy. It seems like he just answers. He doesn't have too much PR training. And so his answer, if you go and listen, Dom, is all really positive. It's about what you're talking about. It's the idea that like now, you know, they can rely on the bottom side of the map and they can make plays as a result. But the joke is, if you actually listen to it all, like low key, if you think about it, fans, he essentially just flamed the fuck out that whole reckless bot lane, didn't he? Like, you don't think it all through because it has to contrast with whatever was the situation before. Like, why would he bring all that up now if everything was great before? Like, essentially, as far as I can tell, like, the joke here is this is the worst time ever for you reckless stands, because not only did he role swap out of his fucking main role and no one knows if you'll ever see him back again, but Fnatic just looks way better without him. Like, it wasn't even like he was at his absolute worst at the end, but look how irrelevant it is now. Like, this guy is someone where if you didn't know the backstory, everyone would be crying. Like, why are they picking up this random guy who's a nobody? It's like, because he's a fucking top prospect. Look, take the nameplates off. Look how good this guy is. So, to me, it's rejuvenated the whole league, because obviously we're going to talk about some of the other big names. Some of the other big names look sus as fuck. Think about where everyone's top four was before this split began. It's only G2. That's it. They're the only one that's made it so far. The rest all look... Even their fucking touch and go, mate. They have some games where it's like, I don't know about this. Like, I think they'll drop a bunch more sus ones before the end of the split, mate. Just wait and see. I think everyone except G2. I mean, Fnatic, I'll give them that status. It's Fnatic and G2 I'm with you, mate. Because the others right now, fucking hell. I think there's actually a lot more parity in the league than the results suggest.
Yeah, I mean, there's Fnatic and G2, and then there's everyone else essentially right now. But I think that like Mad Lions, I had them being top 4. I still think they'll be a top 4 team. I just don't believe in like the majority of the league. Like, who is good right now in LEC? I don't even know who the 4th best team is in LEC, because I don't believe it's Heretics. Like, Heretics is technically top 4.
No way.
See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, you know, be a pleb and don't.